Hi, happy Memorial Day. It's that fantasy chick back with another stream. And just been enjoying this Memorial Day weekend. Uh, did a few things, celebrated my sister's birthday, and pretty much, what else? I feel like I did some other things, but I can't remember. Was out and about. Doing things, celebrating, staying at home, doing nothing. But yeah, happy Memorial Day. Did you go to barbecues? Are you at a barbecue right now? I bought stuff to, to cook. Well, I don't, own a barbecue, but I was going to cook some ribs and some bratwurst, and I bought all of that, including some macaroni salad. I was going to do all that up. And then got to today and I was like, I don't feel like cooking all that. So I didn't cook. So we'll have that at another time. Maybe next weekend I'll have all that. But today I just chilled. Today was a chill day. Was just happy for today. Um, yes, the macaroni salad was a fancy macaroni salad too. It was fancy, so it was fancy. So I'm gonna have to really get on that and, and eat that too. Um, so I'll probably make the brats, have the brats and the macaroni salad at some later time. Or maybe I'll make the ribs and have the macaroni salad. Whatever. I will cook at another time. Just not today. Not today. But today we're going to be talking about The Flash, the final episode. It is over. After 9 seasons and I don't know how many episodes, it is over. The final season, the 9th season, only had 13 episodes. And you heard me complaining all about, the filler season. They bookended the season. They started off with they started off with a storyline, with the villain storyline, which was the Red Death, and they ended with the villain storyline, which was the Negative Speed Force, and they bookended like an in between was just a bunch of filler episodes. And I think they were both 4 episodes each. So the beginning was 4, the ending was 4, and in between was just filler episodes. Crazy. So, so I guess they just did it. I guess it was like just equal. They just divided it up. Storyline, filler, storyline. Equally divided up. Whatever. If you like it, I love it. So, but I enjoyed the opening storyline. I did enjoy some of the filler episodes too. They were good, and I enjoyed the final Negative Speed Force storyline. That being said, um, when they brought in all of some of his biggest foes, you know, Savitar, Zoom, and Godspeed, and of course the original Reverse Flash. Um, and then everybody was like had to go and fight them one on one. In my mind, I was thinking it took the whole team to take down one of these dudes at a time, and y'all gonna fight them one on one. I was like, I could believe that. I could believe that of everybody but Savitar. Savitar had him stressed, had him majorly stressed. Like, because Savitar was aiming to kill Iris. And he was like, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do, he's gonna kill Iris, and there's nothing I can do to stop it, and blah 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 blah. He just kept seeing Savitar stabbing Iris in the back over and over again. There was nothing that he could do. And it was just like Savitar was this huge thing that he had to overcome. And Nora went up against Savitar by herself. Nora. That that part was a little unbelievable for me. That part. It was cool, but Nora against Savitar just got me. It was cool how they did split up, and it was cool how everybody seemed sort of overpowered now all of a sudden. Everybody's powers was just, you know, but it's just Nora didn't have these extra powers that everybody else did. Nora was just Nora. And Nora was able to overcome Savitar and kill him the way that he was trying to kill her mom all those seasons ago. So, but beyond that, I like that. It was cool. It was cool. Um, so it didn't take up too much time because it was a way to balance the time. They was able to have all of these all of these villains on the show and deal with all of the villains on the show and still be able to spend time with, you know, all the stuff that they had to do in order to wrap the show up, because they didn't give the show any extra time. Like, they didn't give it an extra hour, they didn't give it an extra 5 minutes. They had to spend it in that little hour. So they had to spend their time well. So they went one by one and they defeated them. And until finally it was just um Barry against Eddie Thawne. That's his name, right? Yes, Eddie Thawne. And when the other Flash from the alternate universe Flash came in and sort of helped him out, then all of a sudden Eddie Thawne started pulling in this negative speed force from all the other villains so he can overpower and, you know, become stronger than the Flash. And he's, the alternate, what's his name? Jay, is his name Jay Garrick? Whatever his name is, alternate universe Flash told Barry that that if he keeps pulling in all this negative speed force energy into his body, that he's going to overpower himself, kill himself. And if he does this, then the whole fight with the negative speed force starts over from scratch, because then the negative speed force is going to go out there and try to find another avatar. So it's best for them to try to work it out with Eddie Thawne and stop him from killing himself and to flip him to good. So that way they don't have to deal with the negative speed force anymore. Which I was like, for once, because like, they're always having Barry, always trying to save people. And for once, they finally give him a good reason other than just trying to look for the good in people. Like, no, if you do this, this will stop this for good. That is a good reason, because he never usually has a good reason other than just, looking for the good in people. Your standard cookie cutter series finale? I don't know. I liked it. I liked how it worked out for me. The matchup worked out for me. His matchup with Eddie Thawne worked out for me. Them bringing in all the people worked out for me. So I did some research. I found out Blue Cobalt in the comics is Flash twin brother. And with that name, the crystal makes so much sense. That's interesting. See, I never know the comics backstory. I very rarely know the comics backstory. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So that's very interesting to know. But yeah, so he goes and he convinces Eddie Thawne to make a truce. Like, of course, he and Eddie Eddie fights him, and he's like, I refuse to fight you. Da, 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 da. Until he finally convinces Eddie to have this truce. And then Eddie was like, we're not always going to see eye to eye, whatever that means. Like, why does he need you to agree with him? He's the Flash. You're the negative speed force. He don't need you. He just needs you to chill. It's like, as long as you stay out the way, that's all he really needs from you. But anyway, so then that happens. He goes to the hospital so they can finally give birth to this child, Nora. And then grown Nora stays around. And she's like, I wonder if I'm breaking some time travel laws. I'm like, I think you probably are. You probably shouldn't be there at your own birth. But she stays. And another Wells, they don't explain who this Wells is, if he's from another planet, if he's from another timeline, if he's from an alternate universe, if he's from they don't explain who this Wells is. Just some Wells just comes in and speaks directly to Khione and tells her that it's time for her. She did what she came to do, and it's time for her to ascend. And she goes, okay, I just need to say goodbye to everybody. And then he goes away. And it's like, who are you? Who are you? What are you? What do you have to do with Khione? Why are you in the person of another Wells, of another Harrison Wells? Like, what do you have to do with Khione? I have questions. I have so many questions. Like I guess they wanted to. I guess they just wanted to bring him back in, but they just created so many questions that are never going to be answered for me. Um, so you know, so then uh, the baby Nora is born, and of course Jesse L. Martin sings to the baby. Now, what I learned, something I learned, the song he sang was a song he wrote himself when another castmate or a crew member or somebody from the Flash, when there was a castmate or a crew member, and when they had a baby, he wrote that song for them, for their baby. So they used that song, and he sang that song to his, grandbaby. I'm like, that's sweet. I did notice that I did not recognize that song. It didn't sound like anything I ever heard before. It's because he wrote a song about it. Like, here you go. So he wrote it. And then after that, they go to the party at they have a party at Barry and Iris's loft, and Keon says goodbye, and Joe proposes to Cecile. I had no idea they weren't even married. All this time, I thought they were married. I thought they were married. I didn't know they weren't married. And I've been watching every single episode. I forgot that they weren't married. So it's just been so long. They've been together so long. They had that baby. They've been through all this stuff. You forgot that some people were not married. Yes, Nora holding herself and playing with herself was a trip. You're like, she's breaking some sort of rules by playing with herself. Because it's like, is she going to remember that? What is up with that? How do you play with yourself? That doesn't sound right. But how do you hold yourself like that? And the Keon could, I wouldn't watch it. I'm like, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? She's a goddess who's ascended. She doesn't have a body anymore because she's given up Caitlyn's body. So a corporeal, I can't say the word, form. She doesn't have a body anymore. So she's like, she has ascended. She no longer has a body, so there's really nothing left for her to do. She'll work that song. Yeah. Yes, he did. I probably knew and forgot because, like I said, I've watched the show this whole time. But the thing about it is, they've been together so long. They've had this baby. They've gone through all this stuff. They've been living together. They've been going through this stuff. They've been going through all this stuff that you forget that they weren't married all this time. You really do. You really think that they were married this whole time. And it turns out they weren't. They were not married. But so that was when Keon ascended and left her body behind. Caitlyn returns. So Caitlyn's back, and then Barry had a moment with her where he apologized for what he did before she tried to bring Snow back in, but brings Keon instead. And so they make up and blah 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 blah. So now Caitlin Snow is back in on Team Flash, like she's never left. Strange. Strange. Okay, I also looked up all the names, and they are 3 actual speed type heroes. Okay, I wondered that. I wondered if they were actual speedsters in the comics, because I'm like, he was like, I get to make the choice, and I'm like, but did you? Because it looked like you just threw your lightning in the sky. And just randomly pick some people. How do you know that you was picking? How do you know that the lightning went to the right people? And you know, more questions. But maybe he didn't. Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe he purposely picked those people that got hit with lightning. He just did it all at once. But my question is this: that was kind of rude. That was kind of rude. You could have asked those people first before you go and give them speed powers. Like, hey, do you want to be a speedster? Not just go and give them speed powers and be like, good luck. Like, a conversation should have happened. That was kind of rude. Like, like when you got hit with lightning, you were in a coma for a whole month after you got hit with that lightning. That knocked you out. How do you know that that didn't happen to these people? The only reason why you were okay was because Eobard Thawne was waiting for you to become the Flash, and he was waiting as Harrison Wells and scooped you up as Harrison Wells and put you in the Star Labs and made sure that they was watching you and watching over you and experimenting on you or whatnot, or they were basically taking care of you, medically caring for you while you were out. They didn't know why. But you knew why, because you knew he was Harrison Wells knew why, because he was already knew that you was going to be the Flash. But everybody else didn't know that this was going to happen. But still, I digress. It was weird. It was weird. But when she ascended and the body stayed there, I was like, either it's going to be Caitlin or it's going to be Frost. Somebody's being left behind. So I was like, I was like, it was a 50-50 chance it was going to be Caitlin or Frost. To see if it was true to the comic. You watched it live. Yay. I watched it live too. Well, I always watch it live because I just do. But yeah, so yeah, it was and then they made sure that even after he sent the lightning to those other people he had, the speedsters, they made sure that they showed the lightning flash in Nora's eyes to let you know that she's still going to be a speedster. So he was right to put all those speed dampening things in their apartments. They were going to need them. She's going to have speed. But crazy, 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 crazy. Um, yeah. So that was the Flash finale. No more Flash, but um, Lord, I don't have the. I was like, I have. Let me go here. Um, I'm trying to see because we are, even though, so the TV flash is over. Oh, I put in the wrong thing. I was about to say, this is not my Instagram. Put in, what did you put? Oh, oh, great. I have, dag it. Either way, the TV flash is over. The movie flash, I was looking for, um, I was looking for this picture that I had that that has all of the upcoming uh, what do you call it? Upcoming dates for movies. But either way, The Flash is next month. This isn't The Flash is in a couple of weeks, so we only have a couple of weeks. So next week is Across the Spider Verse, and then maybe the week after that is The Flash. Which series finale was better, Titans or The Flash? Why? Why are you making me choose? Okay, if I'm going to say which one was better, I'm going to say Titans was better. Titans was better. But I'm still emotional over The Flash because The Flash was 9 years of my life. So, but and The Flash was like one of my favorite comic book shows for a long time. So I was attached to that show, but the Titans was a little better. Really? After watching these 4 episodes, you really don't have an appetite to see the Flash movie? Well, I want to see the Flash movie because I want to see what's up with it. I want to see what's up with it. I'm curious. I'm curious as to what they have in store for the Flash movie. I'm just curious. Oh, oh, forget you. So I'm curious about the Flash movie. I'm curious to see what what they have in store. So, controversy aside, I will be going to see that movie. And my neighborhood theater opened back up. And so they're open now. But the thing which kills me is like they have dates for like they're open this week. But when I go to check to see if they'll be open to see if they'll have Across the Spider Verse, like they don't have those dates open. They like it goes up to May 30th, and then it skips to June 15th, which goes straight into the Flash. So I know I'll definitely be able to watch the Flash there. So I'm just trying to figure out what is going on for 2 weeks at this theater that is open, and in 2 weeks there's no dates. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to go downtown to watch Across the Spider Verse when this movie theater is open. I'm like, please, please have Across the Spider Verse, so I don't have to go downtown. So I can just go to my neighborhood movie theater and check, because I really want to check it out. People are saying that it's nice. They got reclinable seats, especially after the last time I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy, and the seats didn't recline and had to watch the whole movie with my feet on the floor like a plebe. I want to go to a movie theater with brand new reclinable seats, and I want to see what their concessions is looking like. I want to see what that is all about. So, yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. I've heard people say the Mario movie is good. I haven't gone to see it. I'll probably catch it on streaming. Okay, that's something I'll catch on streaming. I'm gonna catch The Little Mermaid on streaming too. I'm not gonna see that in theaters either. That's another I'm gonna catch on streaming. Um, I know I should go see, because Little Mermaid is something that when I was a little girl, I used to watch The Little Mermaid every single weekend. I would go and I would rent it every single weekend. And that lets you know that I was young because I could have saved up the money and bought it. But instead, I rented it every single weekend for I don't know how long, but every single weekend I had my father take me to Blockbuster so I can rent The Little Mermaid. I love that movie, but I'm gonna catch it on streaming. I don't know. It's just me and these Disney. The last, like, the last Disney live action that I saw was Beauty and the Beast, and that was what do you call it? A hot mess. I didn't like it. An auto-tuned mess. It was an auto-tuned mess. Um, John 5 is not in production. It's probably in development because it can't already be in production. I don't see them having already written a script yet. I don't see the script having been written yet that quickly. And we're in the midst of a what do you call it? A writer strike. So I don't think John Wick 5 is in production. I think it's in development. You know, they're already working on it, but they're not already in production. Not yet. Not yet. They couldn't have had a script unless they were working on the script before the movie came out. They had to have been working on the script before the movie came out. And they didn't announce John Wick 5 until after the movie came out. So I doubt that they had. Yeah, they still got to write that script, and we're in the midst of the writer strike. So they got to wait until after that writer strike to get that script before they move forward. They can do everything else, but it's like it's hard to move forward if you don't got that script. The script is the foundation of everything. It's the whole foundation of your movie. So it's really not much you can do without it. So they really need to hurry up and just give these people their money. They holding up progress. All right. Okay, so that is all for today. Um, oh my goodness, I can hear my neighbors out back. They're obviously having a happy Memorial Day. I hope they're not out there late yelling and screaming. Um, but have a happy Memorial Day. um, and eat all the good food, eat all the barbecue, and I shall be back Wednesday, most likely with another episode of um, Superman and Lois, if they have a new episode, and that is it. But in the meanwhile, thanks for watching.